Okay. Well, it is recording, I think. Yes. Okay. So it's good to have you guys here. Really appreciate you coming.
Good to
I
be
do have some questions for you guys.
here. Okay.
Um, I take it you guys have been trolled by very obsessed people over the flat Earth and
Yes.
your faith and everything as well.
Troll's an understatement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially for a channel my size, you know. I
It's
mean,
crazy. I mean, I've seen my fair share of very obsessed people that feels like I have to get the police to kind of do something to interfere. You know what I
Is
mean?
that Alice is messing with that heat gun? Can you hear it?
heat
No,
gun.
No.
Huh.
Just
everything is fine.
yeah, I'm stripping wood, PJ.
Oh, right. Got you. I call it a blowtorch. Same thing.
It's
Okay.
fucking like an hairdryer. Like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys 13 questions, and then let's see. It's going to be interesting to see the responses. Okay. Who wants to go first?
Are you doing like one question to both of us and then next
Yeah,
question?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Or
We'll
you
go.
go
You
straight
can.
throughout
I'll
13?
cut and paste as I go along, so
Alright.
it doesn't have
I'll
to be
go
so
first. I don't
long.
mind. I don't mind.
Oh, the big boy.
Making me nervous though. I've never been interviewed. Last interview I had was a job interview. Years crazy.
I'm not used to this kind of stuff. I mean, it's the
I'm
first
not like
documentary.
it feels weird.
It does
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
weird.
yeah. You gotta like
We're never this formal.
exactly. Okay, first question.
Okay.
What first got you into the flat Earth arena?
Me, well, to be honest, I was into conspiracy theories back in from 2012 probably I mean always, but when once I got knew what YouTube did at that time, and I seen conspiracy theories in that, I was looking through all the conspiracy theories with Jesse Ventura, people like that, David Icke, even though I mean I don't think much of David Icke in that anymore, or Jesse Ventura. Um, but that's how it led me to, because it became, then I seen something about the flat earth conspiracy, even though I know now it's not a conspiracy. But yeah, I seen something about it. And I think it was probably like everybody else, Eric DeBay's 200 proofs of flat earth or whatever. But it was, I can't remember exactly what video it was, but it was probably that or something to do with Eric DeBay and Mark Sargent. I seen something in flat earth while I was investigating or, or looking up things to do with computer conspiracy theories. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, "Oh, what's this? Seriously, flat Earth? They still believe in that nowadays." As soon as I played it, though, I got halfway through, and the penny just dropped. For me, there was no cog this or nothing. It was like, "Wow, we are on a flat Earth." You know what I mean? It just all the logic, all the things from when I was a kid, like questioning the Earth being a globe. How can Australia be upside down? How can China be upside down compared to us? That kind of thing. Horizon. Why is the horizon straight? And even as a kid, you knew that the horizon was probably 3 mile away, a bit left to right on your x-axis. X-axis. There was more. There was more than 3 mile there, and it was always straight. So that kind of thing, coupled with the information Eric Debay and Mark Sargent gave, the penny just dropped. You know what I mean? Thinking back to when I was a kid, oh, I was right. I was right to question these things. Just dropped. It just dropped, and there was no cockpits for me.
Okay. And you, Michael?
Yeah. So I were brought up in a conspiracy type household. My mum were really into aliens and ghosts and stuff like that. So I followed suit. Um, and obviously then 9/11 came along. You know, I looked into that business. And then I come across Flat Earth and it was like, what people really believe Earth's flat. And I just hand waved it and just never thought about it again. And then I started noticing chemtrails, started
Mm.
noticing lines in the sky. So I come in and I type lines in sky on into YouTube, and I found people talking about chemtrails, videos about chemtrails, and then YouTube started feeding me flat Earth. Uh, Primarily Eric DeBay, 200 proofs. Watched that. Got to the point where he were talking about water not being able to curve, and that was it. Like just dropped it. Like no water can't curve. That's ridiculous.
Simple.
And it just went from there.
Yeah. That was perfect. Okay. So number 2, did you find people who disagree with you?
For me, it took me a while to. I started saying the woman I was with at the time. It's Vicky knows that. I started saying things to her. She's like, "Don't be stupid, that night." She was from Glasgow. Don't be stupid, don't talk to me about that. But even to her son, I was saying things like, "You know the Earth's flat, don't you?" And he's like, "No, no," because he was a clever guy as well. He said, "No, look, there's gravity and all that. That's why this is happening." But I found it hard. I mean, that was just within my immediate vicinity. Anybody else I didn't tell for. I mean, I didn't really talk about it for a couple of years, apart from my immediate vicinity. People now and again that I knew wouldn't judge me, I would say too. But it took me a while to start talking about it because I knew how people reacted against it. I mean, I could see online already how people from day one, from me accepting it. I mean, not long after that, there was people trying to refute it straight away, and I could see how angered it got people. And also in your own mind, it still sounds stupid when you first become a flat earther. The Earth's flat. Still sounds stupid, when you first come to it. So it took me a little while, but people did react in a way like, "No, don't be silly, don't be stupid. You're just going along with the craze. How'd you get that idea? People stopped believing that hundreds of years ago." That kind of thing. But yeah.
Can you ask me a question again?
Did you remember to eat your breakfast this morning?
I don't eat breakfast.
Okay. Did you find people who disagree with you?
Right. So yeah, I found everybody disagreed. When I first and let's be clear, like flat Earth's a bit of a sketchy term because like people start thinking falling off edge and all that business. You know what I mean? But I wanted to tell everybody. You know what I mean? So I was straight to my mum. You know what, my Earth's flat, and she like, shut up at first, but over years and stuff I've shown her, like my mum's pretty much a flat earther as well. But yeah, I'd tell my neighbours, I'd tell people randomly on the street, and they just look at you, like what's this guy on? I mean, so I find everybody pushes back against it. It's something that you really need to have an open mind and look into. You can't just go up to somebody and say Earth's flat and expect them to not push back.
No, totally agree. Okay, the number 3. How did they react to the news of your new information?
Just the same again. Don't be silly. People stop believing that 500 years ago or whatever, hundreds of years ago. Where are you getting this stupid idea from? You know what I mean? That type of thing. That's what they were saying. The Earth is round. It's been proven to be spherical. You know what I mean? Gravity's been proven. People don't even know until they come to flat Earth that gravity hasn't been proven. People don't know that. People just automatically think gravity's been proven. So yeah, I was getting all that gravity. You know what I mean? Space is real. Gravity is real, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the kind of pushback I got.
Yeah, the immediate reaction is that look. You know what I mean? It's like, is this guy for real? Which is what I was like when I first heard it. You know what I mean? What people still believe Earth's flat? That's stupid. We know this, we know that sort of thing. But when you actually look into it, there's not a lot that we do actually know.
Right.
But yeah, mainly people are just like flabbergasted out, and they're like, "What do you mean Earth's flat?"
No, exactly. Okay, number 4. Have you seen a difference between people who have been exposed to the flat Earth before or to the people that have never heard it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind you. I don't every time. I haven't met somebody that hasn't heard of it yet nowadays. I mean, once upon a time you would have, if say 2010, if you mentioned it to someone, they probably wouldn't have heard of it. But most people I know have heard of it. They just push back against it. Maybe Harry, my best mate, best younger mate. Everybody knows Harry, don't they? Yeah. He he was already questioning. He didn't really necessarily. He'd had a flat Earth, but he wasn't necessarily into it. But he wasn't surprised when I told him I was a flat earther because he was already questioning distances to the sun, like 93 million miles. How do they know that distance? He'd already questioned that. So yeah, I haven't really met anybody that hadn't heard about it since I became a flat earther. Really, Harvey would probably be the one that I told that sort of became a flat earther that was questioning already the distance to the sun and stuff. You know.
Um, I could only really go on my mum, you know, 'cause like there's not many people I know who are flat earthers in reality. You know what I mean? Um, all I can say is it's made her. She questions more things, you know. Like my mum still watches TV, watches a lot of news and that, but she's watching news and saying, "Oh, I seen this today," and you know, this doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? So it's just opened her mind to like, if we've been lied to about that, then what else are we being lied to about? You know. So in that respect, it's made her more questionable. You know.
Definitely. Okay, number 5. What was your first experience with the globe defending trolls?
Mm, wow, that would have probably been on Brandon's with sorry, Rumpus and Brenda. Rumpus and Brenda. Probably Rumpus. I probably knew about Rumpus before Brenda. So yeah, Rumpus. Anything that right in the chat, he'd just try and contradict it basically. Yeah, so I think everybody here knows of Rumpus and Brenda. Yeah, that was my first experience in Brandon's, I would say. Not while it was Ranty's because I didn't see anything then. I just watched. I didn't even write anything in live chat. I didn't even know I could go in live chat till after that, to be honest. But yeah, Brandon's. So it's like now. How long's he been off for? 3 years, 3 years, something like that. I mean, I've been flat earther since 2015, but it took me a long time before I started getting into the live streams and stuff like that. I didn't even know about them. I knew there was information about flat Earth on YouTube, but when it came to the live streams and what we do, didn't have a clue about that. Didn't know they did that. And then obviously in 2017, everything got kind of slammed down a bit, closed a bit. So yeah, there's my answer to that.
Hmm.
You're gonna love this one, like. But are we mentioning others' names or
Well, I just did.
right? So back in 2017, I'd not even got a YouTube channel, so I was literally like just watching YouTube without a channel, like. So I weren't subscribed to channels, I weren't watching live streams, writing chats, but I was spending time on Facebook in flat Earth rooms on Facebook, and I was commenting in a post about Foucault's pendulum,
Hmm.
and this guy pops up, Sean Hawkins, like calling, like, you don't know what you're talking about, you stupid flat Earth and all that. And I remember I'd screenshotted something from something talking about Foucault's pendulum from a book, and I'd screenshotted it, and it were talking about how when they first tried it, it didn't work properly and that. And I just screenshotted the entire page and just posted it. Next thing, Sean Hawkins pops back up a YouTube link. So like, what's this? Clicks on YouTube link, right? This crazy old guy just stood there on camera spitting feathers. Michael Kahn, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna destroy you. You know what I mean? I'm like, who's this weirdo? Like, so yeah, Sean Hawkins. Little did I know that was the first time I was gonna meet him, and he was gonna be in my life for years.
Well, yeah.
Sean Hawkins, we all love the guy.
Mm.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, well, he's as ancient as what trolling is.
Well, yeah. He's maybe the original.
Yeah, you were looking dictionary on the troll, and he's sat there smiling at you.
Mhm.
The only time he does smile.
And then the follow-up question would be, how did you handle the situation?
Well, mine was in Brandon's, wasn't it? Just, I mean, basically, I mean, I was just it was kind of like I was just saying, I didn't know. I mean, I'd been a flat earther since 2015. This is probably about 2019, 2020, 2020. I still didn't know the ins and outs of everything. Obviously, we don't. So, I mean, I was basically getting the ideas from what other people were saying and thinking that, well, that's right, it's logical, checking it out, and just giving them that pretty much the same answers. But it was still the same pushback. It was still the same, like, oh well, gravity this, gravity that. It doesn't matter how much you say about gravity. And I didn't know about relative density disequilibrium. Then to me back then it was buoyancy. You know what I mean? Which they can use in gravity now, buoyancy and stuff. But I didn't know about relative density and all that back then. Um, so basically, I was just giving the same answers that everybody else was doing, maybe elaborating a little bit, but I just got the same pushback. You're just stupid. You know what I mean? I think same thing. You're always just stupid just because you're a flat earther. Doesn't matter how logical you sound. You're always stupid because you're a flat earther. You know?
Yeah, I've found when I first started dealing with trolls that I didn't do right well.
Mm.
They made me look stupid. But as time goes on and you will learn more and you deal with these people more, you find out that really it's them who don't know what they're talking about. And it's quite, all you have to do is just let them talk. And most cases they'll undo their own argument in the comment that they think they're destroying you with. You know what I mean? So I started off terrible. I didn't understand arguments, but as you progress, like it's
True. True.
you soon get to realize that they literally are just trolls. They've got no understanding of what they're talking about.
Exactly. Okay, this is the best one.
Beffing back.
Did
Trying
did it affect you mentally?
Oh, dude. I mean, not back when with the brand and on Brandon's stream, but as you know, on your stream, when I first started getting pushed back from that Scarlet, whoever it was, 2 years ago, you've seen how I came on crying. I came on crying. It affected me that much. You've seen it on the stream. I came on with tears in my eyes. It affected me that much. It got personal to the point where I'd let a few things out about my son and that, and then it was used against me about, yeah, you're probably just making up stories about your son just so you don't have to answer the question. And this is from an alleged woman. I was thinking, how can she be so heartless, talking about my son and all that? And you seen it. I came on crying. Now I've learned not to let that affect me as much now. I know that what they're saying is, and it probably wasn't even a woman, probably just, and I thought they were serious about what they were saying. They were just saying it to hurt me. You know what I mean? And I've learned to deal with that. But yeah, emotionally, it used to affect me. It used to. I mean, it affected Vicky as well. But you've seen it firsthand here how it affected me when I first started coming on your stream. When I first started coming on the panel, in fact, I wasn't even coming on the panel at the time. I was swapping between YouTube and coming in the panel now and again. Remember, because I only had the phone and the tablet, and that Scarlett, whatever the last name was. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it did affect me mentally, and it saddened me. I was crying. I was crying. Not anymore though. Not anymore.
Yeah, I've grown up with me in a scenario with my friends. We were all making fun out to each other all the time, like calling each other names. Like it's like they were supposed to be friends, but they were a bunch of horrible people. Like so, I'm used to that kind of thing. Like so, troll comments don't really bother me all that much. It never has done. Water off a duck's back. Sticks and stones. Um, but they do frustrate you, and it is annoying. Because they just don't stop. They just come with another fit. Like you deal with one, and then they're back with another soccer account. Saying exact same rubbish. It's like it don't affect me emotionally, but it just annoys me.
Mm.
It's like, but I like no one has to deal with them. You know what I mean? You don't have to have trolls on your channel. You can just block them. So.
Great answers, by the way, guys. Really enjoyed this. Sorry, I have to mute now and then my children. It's like they're making noise in the
I
background
didn't
here.
even notice you mute, to be honest.
Okay, then the question is, do you think it affects them mentally?
Yes, absolutely. And look, I mean, come on, even if you say something just basic about flat Earth, if a troll comes on, or just an anti-flat earth, or even a glober, sometimes a glober, mainly half anti-flat earthers, you say something basic to flat earth, they will come on and fight you tooth and nail on that one point that you definitely know is true and is basic and everybody knows. They will fight against it. They will put they will go again. They will throw themselves under the bus with their own information, like with Coriolis and stuff like that. They throw themselves under the bus. They they lie to suit their own narrative and stuff like that. So it's got to affect them mentally. Got to.
Yeah. Just the fact they do what they do as must suggest that there's some kind of mind problem going off. You know what I mean? It's like they come and tell us, "Oh, flat Earth, stupid. It's dying. No one believes in it." But yet they're there every video. You know, 10, 20 trolls all telling you that. You know what I mean? It's like that's not normal behavior. Like I don't believe in globe. I'm not going on to their channels telling them they're stupid. You know what I mean? Trolling day in, day out, getting up first thing I do, trolling, going to bed at night, trolling. You know, I don't do that. So I find it not normal behavior.
I 100% agree. I mean, we've had our share of very, very, very obsessed guys, which it's like they care what underwear we wear. Actually, that's how bad it gets.
Probably. They'd
Mhm.
probably put it on a video if they found out what colour underwear you are. They probably would.
And the next
Well,
one is,
I had a guy asking me the other day, like, how do you manage to stay on benefits? Are you claiming for mental health? You know what I mean? It's like, who asks
what
them?
is it going to do with him? Yeah, what's it going to do with him?
Exactly.
Who
Exactly.
asks them? Like, it's none of their business. Like, you know.
Hmm.
But I could see where they were going to try and go with that. Like, you know, like,
Of
oh, if
course.
you're claiming for mental health, then that's why you believe in flat Earth, something stupid like that. You know,
It's ridiculous, I know.
they're so
Crazy.
predictable.
Yeah. And the next one is, have you had any obsession over you and what you believe by these people?
Yes. Mainly, I'll just say the initials AA because I don't like saying his name. Definitely, he was obsessed over. It started off with you being obsessed with you, and he still is. He still is. And then because he couldn't come get to you, he'd come to me and come to me and even make videos about Vicky because Vicky would stick up for me and stuff like that. So yeah, it has. It's definitely. They've definitely come to me that way. I don't know what is why he's so obsessed. I mean, why if he couldn't get to you, he had to come to me, and if he couldn't, and then if he couldn't get to me, he'd go make videos about Vicky or both. And when we thought it had all stopped, it started again. You know, he just started out of nowhere, sort of thing. So yeah, it definitely they definitely come to you, definitely.
See, I've had signs that it were going to get that way, but I don't. You know, I just block them. Me, I don't like they haven't got my email, so they can't be emailing me. I'll tolerate them for a short time on my channel, and then when I've had enough, they get blocked. You know,
Mm.
so like it don't get to that point with me where the like you know like you flats where they're emailing you every day and that. Like, they can't do that with me. That's why if I go and comment on other people's videos, that's usually when they drop on me. Do you know what I mean? That's where they'll try and attack me because and they can't come to my channel to do it. You know, so.
Well, the people are so personal to me. They try and find my home address, my work address. They go out their way to harass and bring my wife and children into it, and
Well,
even my
that
work.
being a stalker, isn't it? Like the
Yeah,
Stalking.
people have got in serious trouble for doing such things with famous people and that. Like you know, it's not
Hmm.
I
again,
mean,
it's not normal behavior, is it?
no. I mean, look at when they took over your channel, made it into there was live newspaper.
Someone literally hacked my channel
Yeah.
so they can try and get everything away. I mean, luckily, I could get the channel back, and the stuff was still intact. It was just hidden and not taken off like it's totally.
And with that, I know for a fact that it was someone we know, one of these
Of
anti-flat
course,
earthers we know because they were sharing my videos as well.
of course, of
Precisely.
You know what
course.
I mean? Some random hacker wouldn't have known to be sharing my videos.
Yep. And I know that the anti-flat earth, especially like McToon. I mean, look when he made that fandom
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
site, he was so proud of it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And it was literally just defamation of character against everybody and lies and stuff that we had to contact
Yeah, we all
the
contact.
people of that site so they could get it taken off. And he got so pissed off about it, he says he's going to do it again.
Wow. Wow.
So
Unbelievable.
that's very obsessed
That shows
behavior.
how
That's
it's
an obsession behavior.
very much so.
Look how angry he gets. You know, it's like it really, really bothers him that people think Earth's flat. You know,
It
really,
does.
really bothers him.
And it
Yeah.
bothers him that he's a Christian, and if you ask him anything to do with Christ, it's like, don't you put that on me. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
These people
Mhm.
are false. These people are false, man.
Exactly. Okay, and the next one. Why do you think they are so obsessed?
Because you tell truth for some reason, especially in Christ. I mean, the whole lot together, Christ and flat earth, Hebrew cosmology, the truth insults them. It totally insults them. And because flat earth has to do with scripture, I mean, and it's not just that, but because it's to do with scripture and Christ, it insults them. The truth insults them. Um, and also you're taking their hopes and dreams like we could have left this planet. You know what I mean? At some point we can go to a different planet. You're kind of taking their science fiction hopes away from them. You know what I mean? By professing the truth of flat Earth.
yeah. It's an hard one because like you can't divine someone's intentions really. Like, but this is what I believe. I think they have like an emotional attachment to space. They like the idea of space travel, being able to go to other planets, and that. I think that they're so emotionally invested in that. It's like you're taking that away from them, and they just can't handle it.
Mm.
I 100% agree. And then I said, do you think they will ever get over this obsession?
No, straight answer, no. No, not until, not unless it just for some reason flat Earth did die, but it's not going to die because it's the truth. They're never going to get over it. It's even the ones we're dealing with now that they know loads of information about flat Earth. They could actually compare it to globe and see how logical flat Earth is compared to heliocentrism, and they still can't see it. They still can't see it. They're just dead. They just like I say, you're taking their science fiction away from them, taking space away from them. So it's like taking their hopes. So they're in. It's like living in despair without them in their own minds anyway. You know. So I don't think they'll ever get over it. No.
Yeah, the ones that we call anti-flat earthers have made a choice to not accept any kind of truth whatsoever. You know what I mean? They'll never come to flat earth.
No.
Never.
But to be honest, I've never seen an anti-flat earther come to flat Earth yet. I haven't. I haven't. I've seen people come to flat Earth, normies, maybe a baller, but never an anti-flat earther. Never.
I mean, they use that many fake accounts. Like it makes it look like there's loads of them, but I personally don't think. I think there's only an handful.
Mm.
I mean, and then that handful, I don't, whatever motivations behind it, they're never gonna accept flat Earth as truth. You know,
No.
it's they've made that
Yeah.
choice already.
Yep. And number 12, should this obsession be treated as a mental illness like a drug condition?
Well, that's a hard question, but it kind of is bordering on that. Yeah, I think if they can't get over it, yeah, it's a mental illness. If they can't get over it, definitely. If they have to keep trolling because you're taking their space away from them and taking their ball away from them or whatever, and professing the truth, then yeah, I think it should be. It's definitely getting that way. It's definitely a borderline mental illness, I'd say.
Yeah, I think where it's if it's getting to the point where they're trying the best to make someone's life miserable, like the contact people's work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When it's getting to that point, there's got to be some kind of mental issue with it. You know, it's like these people who follow women about. You know what I mean? It's like there is a mental issue somewhere, whether it's diagnosed or accepted. There is a reason they're doing that sort of thing, and like when it's gonna impact someone else's well-being and life, then
Mm,
it should be looked into. You know, I think YouTube's very poor at controlling this kind of online bullying.
absolutely. Hmm.
How's it going, little me fella?
He's cute. He's cute.
Sorry. Okay, wat van mama gaan om te doen? Okay, vinnig. Sorry. Yeah.
How does he
No,
understand that? You're talking foreign flats. A joke.
and then the last one. What is your message to the obsessed globe defenders?
Oh, come on, get over it. See the truth. Look at. Forget about your mass. Forget about all your. I mean, yes, empirical evidence is obviously a good thing. But just look at it logically. Just look at it from your God-given logic. And just compare the two, and you tell them, because I mean, I've said to people, I've showed people, like, what makes more sense? You see like water in a basin, or you see water on a ball, and they all say water on a ball. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? You're telling me that water in a basin isn't more sense than water that has a home? And they don't. So I mean, surely, look, just look at the logic as well as like the evidence that people have got, the flat Earth evidence. Look at the black swan and don't just mention wavy crane arms. Look at all these types of black swans and see that you can, for a ball, you're seeing too far. For a flat Earth, you're seeing what you're meant to see. You know, simple as that. Look at the logical side. Don't just depend on the maths, mathematics, whatever, because it's not life. Is not reality. Is not mathematics. Yes, it can explain it to a certain extent, but it's not reality. It's not life. I would say just get over it. Just compare the two and look. See, flat Earth is a lot more simple and logical. It's simple as that. I mean, in the way it's explained. And if you're a God-fearing person, he explains it in Genesis. You can't just keep saying Genesis is metaphorical or poetical or anything like that. You've got to take it literal. God is telling you how the bullet points of how he made things. You know what I mean? He spoke, it happened. And it explains a plane in between two waters from above, waters below. Just get over it. You know, look at the logical side, not just the math. You know.
And I'd say exactly the same. Get over it. Get a life. It's not our problem that you've believed a lie. You know, we're trying our best to show people where they've been misled, and you guys are trying to stop us being able to do that by trolling, making us lives miseries. You know, doing crazier things like just get a life. If you don't agree with us, don't watch. Nobody makes you come and watch a flat Earth video or watch a flat Earth live stream. If you're not interested in it, don't watch. But don't come and make our lives a misery and tell us that we're all stupid and we're all wrong just because you've got a problem with it. I would suggest the problem is with you guys.
Absolutely.
I 100% agree, and that's all the questions.
Perfect.
Were the questions okay, guys?
Yeah, they're brilliant. Fantastic.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm very happy.
that's cool.
Got some editing to do.
I can't wait to see this documentary. Do you know how long it's going to be?
I've condensed it back down to 40 minutes,
Oh,
but it's going to grow again. So
yeah.
I'm probably going to, because what I want to also do with like what you did on now, is like have a raw edition come up afterwards where where we don't have the cuts and everything. Well, I'll probably have cuts from
That'd be cool.
the children and all that, but where it's like just the full interview, like playing and stuff, so explaining, because I think it's also interesting. People like to hear that, and then obviously take part of it for the dramatic parts into the, so it doesn't make it too long, because I mean, it's other people also have to interview with the same questions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you asking these to Sov as well? And
yeah, I'm gonna ask the same questions. Yeah.
Cool. Sov's answers will be pretty cool. He'll be funny. He'll be funny.
I'm looking forward to David Beverly's answers.
Oh yes, of course.
Because he gets some hectic trolls as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so I gotta go.
I'll be on it too if you want to come in, Michael. You know what I mean?
I might do, I might not though, because I'm doing wood scraping. Like,
oh yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. Listen, all bless.
Like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. That's
nah.
He's high on paint thinners, man.
What do you think to my t-shirt anyway?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's an awesome shirt, man.
That's perfect. That's perfect size. That's how I like my t-shirt.
5 or 6 quid off Temu.
Yeah,
that's not bad, man.
Brilliant.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
How's the quality there?
It's like football shirt.
It's like football tops.
But polyester, I don't know what you call it. Like,
it's
like
what do you call it?
Purpose found in every every day, guided by his gentle sway.